Hello, Sabah al-Khair. Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good morning. My name is Marcelle Wahba, and I'm the president of the Arab Gulf States Institute in Washington. It gives me great pleasure to welcome you to our inaugural UAE Security Forum in Abu Dhabi, bridging the cybersecurity talent gap. The Arab Gulf States Institute in Washington was established in 2014, so we are a very small and new addition to the large think tank community in Washington. But we're very proud to be in Washington and to focus on the Arab Gulf states, looking at their social, economic, and political diversity of this region. Through research, analysis, and public discussion, we seek to encourage thoughtful debate and inform decision-makers shaping U.S. policy regarding this critical geostrategic region. Our overall mission is to build bridges of understanding. Working closely with our sponsors, Raytheon, and in partnership with Khalifa University, AGSIW is very pleased to be bringing together today government officials, educators, and business representatives so that together we can explore ways to help bridge the gap in cyber curriculum, cyber training programs in the UAE. With the constant evolution in information technology, cybersecurity now joins defense, water, food, and energy as a core national security priority, not only in the UAE but globally. It is therefore no surprise that at the Camp David summit held last year, cybersecurity was identified as a key area of cooperation between the United States and the GCC countries. Given the importance of cybersecurity in today's world, the need to develop cyber talent and expertise has never been more important. To develop the requisite cyber workforce of the future, it is essential that cybersecurity comes to be recognized as a career path in its own right, with the appropriate academic, technical, and training programs. Our distinguished speakers will examine and debate these issues throughout the day's sessions, and we welcome your full participation. We kept this conference small so that we could have everyone participate and have input in the dialogue that we hope to share with you today. We hope this conference will be an important contribution to meeting the challenges in the UAE and the Gulf region more broadly in bridging the cybersecurity talent gap. I'd like to express our thanks and appreciation to our sponsors, Raytheon, the entire Raytheon team, both here and in Washington, for their outstanding support, and in particular to my colleague Christopher Davis, country leader for Raytheon in the UAE. Also to our partners at Khalifa University, the National, AmCham Abu Dhabi, and the US UAE Business Council for their assistance in organizing and promoting this event. Thank you very much.
Salam, sabal khair, and most importantly, marhaba. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Chris Davis, and I'm Raytheon's country leader for the UAE. I know that I echo the sentiments of my colleagues when I say what a pleasure it is to be here today, and that as a group, Raytheon is incredibly proud of what's taking place at today's first UAE Security Forum. As with all things truly worthwhile, this event took time and effort to create, organize, and now to finally execute. But let me be clear, we have gained great satisfaction along the way. We have forged new relationships, and we have refreshed old ones. I am particularly pleased that Raytheon has been able to establish a relationship with AGSIW, and I cannot help but to think that the week will see us with an even closer working relationship with Khalifa University. Raytheon has a proud 35-year presence and partnership here in the Emirates, and we are thrilled to add to this partnership by sharing our engineering, cyber experiences, and relationships in a new and meaningful context. And we hope today brings us closer to the broader UAE community. As Raytheon and AGSIW began to explore the idea of an educational event here in Abu Dhabi, our thoughts turned to the cyber world, and in particular, cybersecurity and cyber education. We began to see a nexus of overlapping interests between industry, government, and education. Given the importance that education holds in the Abu Dhabi Vision 2030, and with the counsel of our friends at NISA, we quickly saw the deep value of examining the challenges of educating and retaining human talent. Finally, we also felt that cybersecurity is a realm open equally to men and women, and as such, would offer unusual economic opportunity for Emirati youth. For anyone who doubts that this is a contemporary topic, I will draw your attention to how our event has attracted a wide and diverse audience. And I will remind you that last month, the U.S. government opened its National Cybersecurity Center of Excellence in Maryland. Before stepping away, I wish to acknowledge Mr. Dave Waisgrass, the president of Raytheon's Intelligence, Information, and Services Business Unit, for understanding the goodness and the efficacy of this event, and for providing the funding that was required for execution. I also wish to thank my former boss, Ambassador Marcelle Wahba, now the president of AGSIW, for her assistance. Without her experience and insight, this event would not have become a reality. I also need to recognize our friends at NISA, who offered their support, their counsel, and their talent, for which we are forever grateful. A special mention goes out to Lindsay Borg, to Raymond Karam, and to Shahzad Zafar, all of whom did yeoman's work in addressing the never-ending organizational details that come along with an event like this. Lastly, and most importantly, I wish to acknowledge and thank all of you in the audience here today for sharing your time and your presence. Your opinions and experience are critical to the success of today's event. With that, I will say thank you. I will say goodbye for a few moments here, and I will thank you very much for participating in today's seminar. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. My name is Todd Larson. I'm president of Khalifa University, and I just wanted to give you the briefest of welcomes this morning and express our gratefulness to the organizers and our deep honor at being the academic partner for this workshop that we're going to enjoy today and learn from. I think there are several things that are interesting about this field. Obviously, it's of critical importance, not only to this region, but I think every region around the world. And it's a field that's moving very fast. I think for us at Khalifa University, it's one of the types of fields that I think as a new institution is very important for us to partner effectively with both government and industry to make sure that the graduates that we're producing are going to be capable of meeting the daunting challenges that cybersecurity places before us. So just to maybe give a couple of observations about that very quickly. I think, and many of today's challenges fit this bill, by the way, but I'm a mechanical engineer. Actually, most of our faculty, most of our students at Khalifa University are engineers, and we have quite a few scientists as well. But interestingly, just to give you a little bit of a picture of how we look at the importance of security studies, the most significant, let's say, I'm not going to say non-technical, but only partially technical institute we have at the university is the International and Civil Security Institute. It's a very important program to us. So why do we do that? I think part of the reason we do that is that these, if we take cybersecurity, if we take food security, energy security, these other realms that have been mentioned in the introductory remarks, from an academic point of view, these are fields where we're going to have to be quite intentional, I think, in the way we prepare people to work and to be future leaders. It's probably not going to cut it to just educate somebody purely as an engineer without an understanding, for example, of the political science issues involved, the sociological issues involved, the organizational issues involved in creating technical people with a good handle on technical issues having to do with cyber and information security, and yet being able to go out into the government or industry workplace and actually affect change and affect new procedures that will provide us all with the security we hope and expect in this particular area. So our feeling is that as an institution, and I think maybe one of the advantages we have as a small institution, is that hopefully we can adapt fairly quickly to these types of challenges, and it's something we've sort of aimed to do in our early days. So along with this Civil Security Institute in our case, we also have a fairly significant group of faculty and students working on information security issues from primarily a technological point of view. And we are always looking for situations and settings in which these people can collaboratively address and engage with groups like we have gathered here today. So it's a great honor for us to be able to partner with many of you. Very nice to see several friends in the audience from other institutions in the UAE, both educational institutions, government institutions, and industry, our friends from Raytheon, and other visitors who are here from abroad. And I think this type of engagement, my window of reference here is 6 years. I've been leading Khalifa since 2010. And one of the things that has been very gratifying has been the increasing level of engagement, I think really facilitated by our governments here and our leaders with groups such as this. And from our side, we feel as though in educational and the relevant government sectors, we've had some success in the early days of putting together critical masses of experts who can really engage with you all who are visiting us from the outside to really go at these problems with more sophistication, more breadth of thought, and I think more creativity than we've been able to do in the past. I think the other thing that I would like to highlight, you'll meet, I think, in the coffee breaks and lunches, several of our students here today, I think primarily master's students, but together with Raytheon, we have an information security workshop that's going to be taking place on campus the remainder of the week. And the information I got this morning is we'll have something like 200 students engaged in the activities that we'll be doing throughout the week. So I think as important as what we're doing here today is, it is very important. I think somehow in the end that may be the most important piece, is reaching young professionals early in their careers, giving them access to the sort of expertise that folks in this room possess, and inspiring them for the opportunities that they can have in the future contribute to this sector. So I thank you very much for being here, and on behalf of Khalifa University, I wish you a productive day, and we're very grateful again for our opportunity to participate in the activities in the next few hours. Thank you very much.